Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Hawley here from the Screen Rock Podcast. Hope you're good. A quick message at the start of this episode just to let you know, not apologising for anything, nothing's gone wrong technically on this episode, but to let you know, we have 3 more tour dates coming for our live tour this autumn. We're announcing it now. They are going to go on sale next week. We are coming to Liverpool on Friday the 24th of October. We're coming to Edinburgh on Wednesday the 29th of October. And we are coming to Newcastle on Saturday the 1st of November. Tickets for those shows are going to go on sale next week. They're going to go on sale on Wednesday the 25th of June at 10 a.m. for the top tier of our Patreon, the Illuminati. Then on Thursday the 26th of June at 10, the Freemasons, the lower tier of the Patreon, they're going to get access. And then general sale for those extra shows will be Friday the 27th of June, 10 a.m. So if you're in Liverpool, Edinburgh or Newcastle, you can get tickets next week. Hope to see you there. You've asked for these shows. Please buy the tickets. Please don't make a list daft. And enjoy this episode. It's one of the best ones we've ever done. Cheers. Enjoy. Welcome to the Screen Rock Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's put on our screens and indeed our minds. Shout out to everyone who subscribes to us over on Apple, Spotify or YouTube. You're doing us a massive favour, not as big a favour as the patrons who pay for this podcast. Freemasons, £3.90 a month. There's going to be ads in this episode. They won't hear them because they're paying that money. They're also getting an extra episode just like this every single week, plus access to the Rock Bar, the free live stream show once a month. Not really free because they're paying for it. The Illuminati are paying a little bit more than that, £5.99 a month. They're getting all of this plus a hat on their heads. Big shout out to Eugene, who runs our Twitter account. He may be sent by God. And a big wink and a kiss to the ladies and the gay people who listen, who are, in my opinion, and not just my opinion, I've confirmed it by looking at them on the internet, the most gorgeous ladies and gays in the United Kingdom. And I'm here with Jake Farrell and Mr. Michael Ross.
Nice.
How did it feel doing the intro in front of Mike?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? So I've been on your podcast.
That's right.
That you do with that little man.
Yeah.
That nasty little man.
Nasty little Italian.
That little
jumped up fish and chip man. That's what he is.
That little computer head of yours.
Yeah.
And they don't do an intro.
What do you mean?
You don't have an intro. You just
they say like we're starting the podcast. They just don't have a 45-second soliloquy.
We're podcasting. And it's I feel like you're too cool for it. You're too nonchalant. You're just like, yeah, we're just fucking recording.
No. Do you know what? We need to start plugging stuff at the start.
Huh?
That's what we need to start doing, because we just go into stuff and then by the time we're plugging stuff, we've already said come 79,000 times and people don't like.
No, they do. What?
Nah.
How did I start last week's episode?
You talked about shooting into a pair of boxes and sending it to a pervert on the internet.
Yeah, there's a geezer on the internet. I sell him used socks and pants sometimes. He's
that you've.
Well,
not yet. He's deciding whether to cross that Rubicon.
Yeah, usually it's just that I wear them, but now he's asking if I wouldn't mind filming myself shooting into the pants.
Right.
But
I don't. Just the phrase shooting's not.
He
great.
doesn't want it's not like camera there like that.
Yeah.
It's he wants almost POV. It's very much the trend on TikTok and everything. Yeah. POV. He just wants to see something hit the pants.
Right.
And I'm in my head thinking, I mean, this guy is obviously something of an expert, but I mean, you could fucking throw anything on the pants. AI, surely that's what it's made for.
Sorry, you're using this as proof that you should talk about this at the start of the podcast, are you?
My point is, a little bit of that at the top.
So you're going to CGI, you're not going to do your own stunts.
George,
come on, brother.
George Lucas is going to get involved, yeah.
That's what
you must go the way of Tom Cruise. You got to do it yourself. People can tell the difference.
We want to shoot it in IMAX.
You're going to save cinema.
Yeah.
If you...
Have you seen the new Mission Impossible film?
Yeah, brother.
Did he come up at the start of your screening?
Big time, huh?
Tom,
it's amazing.
It's a mad thing, isn't it?
Crazy.
You wouldn't have seen this because of the children that you have. But at the start,
that's not the reason I've not watched Mission Impossible. If I didn't have kids, I still wouldn't have watched Mission.
You're not going to accept the mission, brother?
Yeah.
You choose not to accept?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, brother.
Tom's trying to save cinema here. Get on board.
Get on board.
So what happens?
Well, Tom comes out, and I this is my theory now, Jake, is that Tom knew this was a bit of a stinker. The last Mission Impossible
was class, yeah.
Was class, and the whole series has been ramping up. This last one, they shot the bed. There's about an hour and a half of exposition. The stunts are still class, but in general, the movie kind of stinks. So Tom's like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little video at the start.
Yeah.
Just me talking to my babies. And I'm going to say, listen, guys, thank you for coming out. We made this for you. Like, he tries to lick our arse before, just so, do you know what I mean? He
Remember,
tries to really...
I'm trying to save cinema single-handedly, so bear that in mind when you critically evaluate this film.
About that. We've done that with this podcast before.
Yeah.
We did one last year.
A topper.
I was so hungover that we sort of fell out before we did it. Because I was like, I hadn't been to bed and I stunk and it was just awful. And then after when we put it out, I had to do like an apology at the top, which is the same thing. We had to edit in me going, "Hi guys, Jacob here. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I just want to say this week it's not our best."
We should just do that every week, I think. In future. But yeah, Tom, because then Tom's doing this bit at the start, I thought, oh, there's going to be a point to this.
Yeah.
He's going to say like all of the money is going to go to like a cinema charity. I don't know, something like that. And he just goes, "We tried really hard on this.
Yeah, we made it for you. So we really hope you enjoy it." And like the subtext was, don't shit on the movie.
We tried so hard.
Please don't shit on the movie.
Yeah.
I nearly died making this movie.
I was hanging off
hung
a
out of
plane.
the plane like a really mentally ill person. And if you shit on it, I may commit suicide. Like, there was a pretext that I might kill myself if you...
My mental health relies on this movie.
Yeah. Hi everyone, thanks for listening to the Screen Rock podcast. If you're not nice about this, we're going to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And then, like Mike says, it's an hour and a half of solid exposition of everyone explaining what happened in the film before.
Yeah.
Then he hangs off the side of the plane and we all go home. Good stuff.
Right. And that's the thing. The stunts are so good.
Yes.
That you're kind of like, as you leave, you're like, that was good, was it? Was that good? And literally 15 minutes out of 3 hours of it.
Well, he hung off the plane, I guess.
Yeah. Me and my missus had that conversation, and then it's like, well, he did say they tried really hard at the start, so well, I think we should bear that in mind.
Well, the start was good. I liked when Tom was talking to us. If that was most of the movie, I think I would have.
I'd watch Tom make a cup of tea. Yeah.
Tom should just stand up. Like, Tom should just talk.
If most of the movie was just Tom thanking me personally for being there,
yes,
I think I would have been like, this is really good. And then it just cuts from him just being like, this means so much to us. We made it for you guys. And then just cut him hanging off the plane. I would have been like, I think that's the new Godfather. I think that's the best.
No plot
I've
whatsoever.
Seen.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you so much. Mike Rice specifically for
right.
coming to this
so
movie.
I guess what you're saying is the video of me with the pants, I need to come out at the top of the video and be like, "Hey, mate, just this is for you, by the way. I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, I'm doing this
Thank
for you.
We had a really good time making this." and you know, don't shit on it, right? Don't leave any bad reviews on this.
Yeah.
I've worked really hard on this, so you know, have a good time.
What I'm thinking for you is like, maybe like if in a cinematic sense, how much could you earn if you like came down on a harness from the top of Buckingham Palace in like this, like literally upside down, and from that angle being filmed
yanking it
at 3 angles, and
that's the 18.
And the 18 music for no reason.
Yeah, you're not getting no play. Yeah.
And we'll put the 18 music
We'll put the
in
18
there.
music. Really just fuck with everyone.
Yeah. So they're like, is this not more of a Mission Impossible scene?
What's Mission Impossible? What's the reason for that?
Dun 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 dun.
Famously.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Ding, ding,
Because
right.
Yeah, mate. That's what we're gonna do.
That's a gorgeous rhythm for a wank as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then just Charles just sticks up his head. Good God, Hawley. Hawley, good God. It's Jacob Hawley. And he's shooting into his pants.
Jacob just coming down the side of Buckingham Palace. I am wanking. I am wanking.
Hawley, we told you before.
Bloody hell, it's Jacob Hawley.
Camilla, he's coming down from the roof this time.
He's talking about shooting into his pants.
He says he's been back from Turkey and he's got a full load.
Well, I do. I mean, so here's the thing. Okay, let's get on to that then. So I mean, fuck, you know, we've gone on about it enough. But yeah, I got the hair transplant 11 days ago now. That's one thing I'm not allowed to do.
Wank.
I can't. Well, I can't.
Right.
How'd you wake up in the morning? That's your.
I've got nothing.
That's your alarm clock technique.
Brother.
I can't have sex. And I can't,
right.
Yeah, I can't because I'm not supposed to. For the first 2 weeks, I'm not supposed to sweat.
Brother.
And I have to say, it's been a fucking touch because I will, and this is way too personal. I shouldn't be talking about this, but I mean,
That's unlike you, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't usually. I just spoke about how I'm going to wank into a pair of pants for a pervert on the internet for £400.
Holy! Cut him down from there.
But me and my missus, she's I mean, long story.
Oh my God.
Basically, she's fertile again.
Right.
Because the boys stopped breastfeeding on her. So her what do you call that? What do you call all this that happens around here?
No, I want to hear what you want to call it.
No,
Don't tell
the
him.
womb.
Don't tell him.
No, not the womb. What do you call this system?
Go on.
Oh, the menstrual
There we
cycle.
go. Menstrual
Oh, we coulda got-
cycle.
yeah.
He saved me there.
Brother.
The,
Yeah.
the system.
That could have been another
But-
bechamel
so
test.
that's
mate.
all revved up again. So my missus is fertile.
She's ripe.
And oh,
And
mate.
nothing gets you going more than a ripe
Nothing gets
missus.
me.
Yeah.
Nothing gets me going more than the prospect of ruining my fucking life by having another kid. The debt, the fucking stress.
yeah.
Again, down on a harness.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, da, da, da.
Yeah.
She's trying to do work. Dun, dun, da, da.
But like,
She's doing the washing up.
it's been a
You're
touch.
descending from the ceiling like a spider.
Charles is there again. Holy no!
But then, like,
The Turkish says, "No, Mr. Holly, please."
Mr. Holly, please. Think of the follicles.
Please.
Think of the follicles, Mr. Holly. Ottoman. We should start an episode. How long have we been yapping for?
I don't know.
Lads have been yapping. Listen, it's good to have Mike here.
Yes,
Brothers.
We couldn't invite Mike on without asking him to talk us through one of Ireland's, I guess, most famous exports over the last 10, 15 years.
He's since Bono, he's the most famous Irish person, could possibly be the most globally famous Irish person ever.
Yeah.
And Bono is the only guy who would rival him there, you know.
He said nasty things about you in the past.
Listen,
And that was my fault.
listen. He had a pop. You wound him up, and I was the fall guy. That's what happened.
So to give the full context, I went on Mikey Vittoria's podcast. I was talking about something that happened. Should we just fucking start the podcast? Should we do the intro and get in? So because we have
Look
we
at
have
me
to
like it's
say-
my job.
Well, no, he doesn't fucking know. He just wants to talk. He wants to talk about Mission Impossible and Come Again. But
I would love if we could get back to that
Yeah.
at some point.
It's most fun I've had all week.
ladies and gentlemen, this week with Mike Rice, we are talking about
Oh,
Conor McGregor.
that's right.
But before we get into the topic of this week's episode, Jacob, can I ask you a question, please?
Please.
Have you ever felt like the internet knows too much about you?
Yes, all the time. Every time I'm trying to browse, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
What a wonderful, beautiful voice you've got. Well, you don't need to worry about that anymore, Jacob. Do you know why?
Why?
Because you can get Surfshark VPN.
Surfshark VPN.
Yeah, Surfshark VPN. Now, what they can do is they can prevent all of that internet knowledge where you say something to your missus like, oh, I'd like to get a hair transplant in Turkey, and the next thing you know, you're getting all these targeted ads for hair transplants in Turkey. They're going to get rid of all that for you. They can get other stuff for you. They can make it so you don't get dynamic pricing when you're looking at flights, and they know you want to go on holiday and they start charging you extra money. You're a capitalist. That must appeal to you as a man.
Really appeals to me, man. Yeah,
a
that
fan
would help.
of money. That would really help you, wouldn't it? And also, on top of that, you're going to get access to unlimited devices with Surfshark VPN.
What, so I get like my phone, laptop and iPad on
Yeah,
there?
just a bit, brother.
That's unbelievable.
And, I mean, it's a great product, so it's not going to happen. But if you did have any issues, when do you think you might want support?
Often in the middle of the night, that's when I'm using things to, I'll be watching like geo-locked content, American sports, 4 a.m, the Ohio Beavers versus the Barack Obama Beavers.
The two beavers.
The Beaver teams,
The Beaver face-off.
And I'm going to need some help. So what, they have support 24/7?
Just a bit, yeah.
Whoa,
Don't worry about that.
that sounds good.
That's 24/7. And also, once you've started using Surfshark VPN, you could use any of their other products as well. You could use Surfshark Search. I don't know why I picked that one.
Surfshark Search.
They've got a number of extra products, and not all of them have 3 S's on them.
But Surfshark Search, that's the way you could search the internet using Surfshark, and I assume there'd be like, I don't know, no pop-up ads, so you wouldn't be tracked, all that sort of thing?
Just a bit, yeah. That's their web browser, which is going to give you a clean and private search experience.
Oh my God, every time I'm browsing on the internet, I just wish it was a bit cleaner and a bit more private.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
I reckon some people that listen to this have got some dirty browsing experiences
I
as
don't
well.
know, it might not even be dirty, you just don't want someone looking over your shoulder every time you're trying to browse the web. This sounds
Exactly.
perfect, Jake.
This does sound perfect. It's particularly good for me because I like to watch very arty documentaries that have been made by high-level documentarians from across the world using streaming services, and sometimes that content would be geo-locked. Not for me, not with Surfshark VPN. Yeah, exactly. The second singing piece on the advert. Great to see. Well, it's not just for us, Surfshark VPN, not just for you and I, it's for our listeners as well. They can get access to it with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. How good is that?
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's class. It's maybe too good for the.
So how do you get it?
Well, they can go to our link, surfshark.com/screenrot, or they can use the code screenrot at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark.
4 extra months on top of what they're paying for?
4 extra months.
That's amazing.
These guys are coming off the top rope. They're the real deal. Surfshark VPN. Go and get it. surfshark.com/screenrot.
Oi! Get on this.
Lovely.
The biggest fucking Egypt in the history of Ireland. Come on! Oh!
Is that the status that he's taken now, do you reckon?
Well, yeah. I mean, what's incredible is that he went from being this, like, honest to God master of the universe.
Right.
A man who literally, like, lassoed the moon and dragged it down into his own hands. From a working class background in Dublin, a man who harnessed the power of the universe, visualized what he was going to do, said what he was going to do, predicted how his opponents were going to act. He was disciplined. He was sharp. He looked like a hunger striker. He was so thin. So he had to make the weight. Yeah. He was so fucking on it.
Right.
And he made the wildest dreams he could ever imagine come true. Right? He took people down. He was funny. He was fast. He was ferocious. The way he beat people was spectacular.
Right.
Knockouts. That fucking left hand, baby. You're not going to fucking stop it. 50 G's, Dana. You know.
50 G's, Dana.
Unbelievable. The whole world was just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was almost like he was like this spiritual guy. Like he was always talking, I am an animal of movement. I move in ways they cannot see, the angles they cannot defend from.
Yeah.
I know what they will do before they do it. He will overextend the right. I will hit him with the left.
Yeah.
Nobody can resist this kind of movement. And then he did it.
Yeah.
Jose Aldo hadn't been beaten 10 years, 13 seconds. He overextends the right. Whoa. Stratosphere.
Yeah.
This guy...
10,000 Dubliners in Las Vegas or whatever. 20,000 more probably.
Brother.
My brother-in-law went.
Did he?
Alana's sister's husband went. He went. He's. I think he's been to like 2 fights of his in America. He fucking loves it.
Lad. You're talking about jizz hitting pant? All over the island of Ireland, jizz hit pant. Just straight. Dana!
Yeah. But it is, I mean, it can't be underestimated. And it's hard now because of what he's become.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard. I mean, and it was 15 years ago that it started. UFC is probably like the fastest growing sport of the last 20 years. Yeah?
Right.
In terms of what it was to what it is now, fastest growing. And he is like what Muhammad Ali is to boxing, what Pele is to football. He is to the UFC.
Yes.
Like you think of any other, I don't know the UFC that well, but there's no UFC champion who was bigger than him at his peak.
No, and no one has been that big again. No one has replaced him. He is still, if he went back, the #1 box office UFC draw in the world right now.
With all of the baggage, he's got Samsonites of baggage going around with him now, and he's got
a fucking Arctic lorry behind him. He's just driving, coked out of his mind.
He's pulling it on his forehead like they do in like the World's Strongest Man. Like he's carrying it forward with that baggage is there.
But it was this crazy. It was it's such.
How old were you when it first started? Sorry,
so it was like basically at its peak was 2016, which was 9 years ago. So I was 25. It kind of started 2012, 2013 when he really became super known. So he only had about 4 years there where he was just king shit, but he was fighting all the time. And he's like, I will fight any man, any place, anywhere. Whatever opponent, it does not matter.
There was a spiritual element to it.
Completely.
There was and I remember there were these videos that go viral. It'd be him on the beach with some like movement coach or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he'd be walking around on his hands like a monkey.
That's right.
Or he'd be throwing tennis balls and like it was all about a kind of like I am like water. It wasn't like I'm just going to go out and punch people. No. It was like I'm a messenger from God.
Something artistic about
That's right.
And something gorgeous about it.
And he was moving like fucking a dancer. He was contorting and he was dodging, and it was this beautiful amalgamation of discipline, talent, self-belief, charisma, character, will that just went and just blew him up into this phenomenon. The whole country of Ireland, jizz hitting pant, just whoa! Yeah. And he was so un-Irish in his.
Do you think so?
No, in his confidence. Like in Ireland, it's like the whole thing is, Jesus, I'm shite. Sure, I should have been drowned at birth. I don't know how my mother let me live because there was a badness to me even when I was born. There was a badness, and you know. Oh, you're right, Sinead. I'm worthless. I should have been shot through the head. Jesus, I'm not even worth shooting. You know, and then so that's Irishness generally. It's
that's interesting.
Whatever you fucking do, don't say you're good.
Don't say you're good at stuff
because by God, people will be like, "Oh, we'll see." So
but if you're gonna say you're good,
right.
you got to be fucking good.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to be, and he backed it up, and then it changed.
Well, so here's the thing, right? And which is so fascinating because it is almost play for play. It's like a Shakespearean story.
Yeah. It's Greek tragedy, isn't it? It's proper Greek tragedy.
It's proper Greek tragedy. But it's also like Scarface or some shit, you know, like because at the start he's like, come on, man, we gonna take this city, man, and everything inside it, man. It's a perfect Scarface, and just like man, and
the man's really good.
Yeah, and the rest of it after really went down. All I got in this world is my balls and my word, and I am breaking them for nobody.
That's good.
That was better. That was better.
You had to think about it. You centered yourself.
That's right.
That was class.
But so. Here's the thing. I think, right, if you're going to be a master of the universe and like lasso the moon down and like be in this world where you're at the top of the top, everyone's watching you, different opponents, like you need to fucking be like clear-minded, in constant fucking connection with the moon and the stars and fucking like he was. You have to be crawling around the beach like a little cockroach, just fucking howling. He'd be making noises like oh,
you didn't get the sense he did anything else apart from train to beat people up.
That's right. That's right. So you'd see him popping out of bins and he'd be scuttling along the walls, and he was like a little spider.
Yeah.
And then what happened was he just got given, you know, the keys to the city of Jericho, you know, like just every possible vice. He fought Mayweather, got 100 million from the fight.
Yeah.
Me or my family will never have to work again. You can't even comprehend this amount of money.
What do you reckon the estimate of, at that point, 100 million quid in, the number of lads from Crumlin that he is financially supporting at that moment? Is it like 1,000, 2,000?
I think he's supporting about 50,000 men's cocaine habits.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like when Tevez moved to City, it's like, but he's looking after his family in Argentina. Yes. There's a lot of people relying on him.
He's looking after the entirety
with McGregor,
of
when he does these like mad crossover YouTuber fights, it's like you have to think about the 50,000 men who want coke every Friday night.
That's right.
You have to think about the Crumlin publicans.
The children he's feeding, brother.
Yeah.
The children with their mouths open.
Yeah.
Just fucking my name, fucking Jono. Friday night, Conor, I need a bit of bag. Can we get a bit of bag, please, Conor? And he has to go around like Mother Teresa, just sprinkling cocaine on the head of Dublin.
Like a bird spitting it
like,
into its baby.
It's like holy water in mass. Just go on to them. Just
Yeah, but then as kind of payment, then he gets to shag your wife. That's kind of
he has prima
But
nocta.
the thing, he's got spunk for blood. He's got spunk in his blood. This is the problem, and it is a tale as old as time. It's like it will get you. You know what I mean? It will get you.
The spunk of blood.
You can't live, and you can see how much spunk's in his blood because his head's so swollen. Do you know what I mean?
And
his head's so
if you
big.
stuck a little knife in his head, jizz. You know jizz is
It needs to be
popping out.
drained. It needs to be drained every now and then. You just
That's
put a little.
right.
Yeah.
Come on, drain me now.
Just a representative from.
You must drain my head because I will not be able to fight unless the jizz is drained from my head. You know, the great thing about him is he, especially when he's talking to the press, he decides to pronounce every word. I will fight for my country. You know, so he's. But so basically, he gets 100 million from fighting Mayweather. He's like a double champ in the UFC. Wins on 2 weight classes. First person to ever do it. He's just gone stratospheric.
Does the whiskey happen at that time as well? Is that a bit after?
That's a little bit after he decides to become a booze mogul,
a booze baron,
which is rarely good for an athlete.
Well, when an athlete has made forged Irish stout, the only fucking stout to rival Guinness, it's like I don't know if he's training that hard anymore. When he's running around the planet trying to sell whiskey and stout, I don't know how hard he's running anymore.
And he's constantly necking the stout as well.
Yeah.
And,
No, he's not just posing next to it. He's fucking.
and then he puts it down. I fucking love it.
He took it seriously. He took the promotional responsibility seriously.
I've never seen anyone promote a product as hard as he promoted that
does
fucking
play-
stout. That stout had pictures of him somewhere. Like that stout. Whoever there's a CEO of that stout. If you went on Company House and found out who owned that stout, they've got fucking images of that cunt because he doesn't need money. He does not need money.
Right.
They've got something else over him. I have never seen someone push a product the way he was trying to sell that fucking stout. It was unbelievable.
He was like fucking, Bonnie Blue on fucking D-Day. Just fucking, fucking lovely.
I'll take 1,000. I'll take 1,000 more in my ass. I just think it's too much. I just don't think you need to take 1,000.
I just don't think it's actually good for your mental health and your physical
Because
health.
what think about his mental health when he's taking 1,000?
Yeah.
Who's even watching him take 1,000?
What does it say about the culture when a man's going to drink 1,000 pints of stout in one day? But that's what he. I guess that's where he did, didn't he? But do you want to? Should we start with a clip of going back to him at his peak?
So yeah, this was McGregor when he had the world by the balls. He was the king shit, the Prince of Ireland. He was a fucking fortune teller. He was a fighter. He was a star. He was gorgeous. Mother of God.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
I'm back. I like him again.
Now watching that,
I'm back. He's a good man.
Yeah.
That's all it
He's
takes.
innocent, actually. I don't think he did it.
He's class. He's class. He's always been class, and he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is run through brick wall stuff after watching that, isn't it?
100%, and it's funny to see him with Rogan because Rogan's kind of gone down the the pair of them have kind of gone down the toilet in a little way,
Yeah.
Rogan is now
What a pair of heads on them, by the way.
Whoa.
You don't see heads like that very often.
Spunk in their blood, actually. The way they've both swollen over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's right.
Swollen up like hammered thumbs. Yeah,
That's right.
They're just out there. They need to be popped, don't they?
They both need to be popped. They both look. They both look like it's just too much looking. And then your body, because that's the thing with McGregor, the physical change. He actually became ugly. It's actually it truly is like a fucking movie. The snake offered him the poison apple. Fucking women, drugs, sex, fucking feeling like a gangster, everything. And then on the other side was the way of the warrior, the movement, the climbing, and he was sick of pretending to be a spider.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You could
If
see
you
him.
ask a man to be a spider for that long, this is what happens, I think, doesn't it? If I was asked to be a spider for 10 minutes, I'd be on the gear after that. So I get it. I get where he's coming from on that.
Yeah.
Do you have bouts of serious discipline followed by serious indiscipline? No, would you say that?
Yes, that's my life. Yeah,
That's your life,
That's
yeah.
my life. Yeah.
Since you're a boy.
I watched that. That speaks to me as a man.
Oh, brother.
That when he's there, I like to apologize. Absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
There's like a Tasmanian devil gremlin in my soul that when it watches that, it's like yeah, that's me. That's me. I
100%.
want it, and I don't. I think it's interesting the way that represented Irish men to the rest of the world for a long time.
That's right.
That was like a younger generation of Americans. He was Ireland.
Yeah.
And you must have, because you were in America. Were you in America when this started?
I was.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So
I was there 15 to 17, so I was there for McGregor Mania.
So did you get people saying, "Oh, you're Irish, like McGregor"?
That's why they'd be like, "Man, you're like, Conor, man. Man, Conor's awesome, man." And then they just come to you like, "You love Conor, man? You love him?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I'm a fan." He's like, "He's awesome, man. Yeah, you want some whiskey, man?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." That's a great thing.
Just live up to the stereotype. 100% free whiskey.
Just like, "You want to fight someone, man?" Hey man, why don't you fight someone, man? That was so much fun, man. You guys love to fight, man.
You guys are awesome.
You're not going to apologize, are you, man? You guys don't do that, man.
Say who you want to apologize to, man. It's nobody.
It's nobody. I'll apologize to you, man, because I am sorry, man.
Tough time to want to be like a sensitive Irish poet, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It was. And but it just created this buzz about like Irish people as these like kind of Celtic warriors.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like I'm there just riddled with anxiety, like regularly crying. But like when people are just like, "You're just like Conor," and I'm like, "You're this," I'd be like,
tough guy, Irish tough guy like Conor.
and then I'd be crawling around the bar like a little spider, just
But
like
crying.
I am an animal of movement, and just tears flooding down my face.
night. White rice is about to make you a millionaire. Yeah, just wandering around giving it one of them. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting when like a culture and a person like lines up, and it's like, oh, this is a representation of us right now, and you don't even really get to decide about that as a nation or as a thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I often think like with Big John and Essex, like there's probably in people in Essex going like, Bosh, like, give us a chow mein. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, yeah, I get it.
Like Oxbridge students who grew up in Romford being like, oh,
Dino's calf.
Bosh, I suppose.
Yeah, Bosh, yeah.
Bosh, I guess. I guess Bosh.
So where's Khabib from? Is he Uzbekistan?
Dagestani, I believe. Or he's one of the stands.
One of the stands,
I bet
yeah.
I bet there are like sensitive men from Dagestan.
Sure, they used to be writing letters to Eminem. Now they're fucking... Now they're out just being like, you didn't talk to my nephew.
I actually...
waited for 4 hours for you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's racism. I think that actually he doesn't represent Ireland, but I feel like Khabib might represent wherever he's from.
Oh well,
Yeah.
you think Khabib?
I reckon there's a lot
You think
of-
the Dagestani men? They are little wrestly guys. They're just little wrestly guys.
I don't know. That's just maybe
I
I'm
think if you're
proving
going
the
to
point.
profile anyone on a podcast, you probably get away with the Dagestani community.
Yeah.
Actually, that might be the last people that I want to.
Well, I don't imagine we've got loads of listeners in Dagestan.
Yeah, I'll check the Spotify stats after
But
this.
the thing is, like, Khabib would be a great representation of them. Like, they would just be like, yes, Khabib, you like us.
Right.
Because Khabib is like...
He stayed disciplined.
Oh, yeah, but this unbelievable, like, respect for his parents, for Islam, for his, like, brothers. Do you ever see the videos of him and the boys, like, playing basketball or anything?
Yeah.
And they're just absolutely... None of the rules of basketball are applying. Like, they're, like, this close and they're just... lumping it off the backboard. Like, they're not one score. It's 0-0 at the end of basketball. It's 0-0.
A 1-0 basketball game. Yeah.
They're tiny, but also like very respectful to his parents, very respectful to the brothers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not particularly respectful to women. Like, did you see the clip last week with Kate Abdo? You know, the Champions League final.
No.
Did you not see this?
No.
Khabib was there. And there's like, who were the footballers who were there? Mika Richards,
Thierry Henry, yeah.
Jamie Carragher,
The
maybe.
big boys.
He shakes all
A-team.
the boys' hands, and then the lady presenter, Kate Abdo, she's like the anchor of the show. She went to shake his hand. He was like,
In his defense, from his point of view, big Western whore.
I know.
From his point of view.
Yeah, that's something we would.
Just from his point of view, doesn't mean it's all right.
From his point of view, where's the fucking, you know? Where's the costume
married,
girly?
she's married.
Jacob
someone
was
else?
quite racist to those people, but from his point of view, they're a lesser species than him. So
No.
you know.
Listen, we all know the pitfalls when we go into, you know, extreme Islam. We know where they fall down.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, I'm going to go out
Big
on a limb.
wrestlers, respectful to the brothers.
Yes.
They don't shake hands with women. That's
Fine.
fair enough.
Listen,
That's
he's like,
the trade-off. That's
there's-
the trade-off.
there's a
Shit
line.
at basketball,
Yeah.
horrible to women, but when they get you in the fucking grapple,
you go to sleep now. You go to sleep. You go to sleep.
I could do with him every night just around my house.
Yes.
It's time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
You're off.
So Khabib, right? So the Khabib fight, which many will point to as like the incineration of McGregor's soul.
Right.
That's when like McGregor, literally old McGregor, was effectively murdered.
Right.
That guy, animal of movement, I can see the things. Khabib killed that man
Right.
in a ring. But McGregor, which was crazy for McGregor. So this was 2 years. This is 2018. This was 2 years after the $100 million payday with fucking Floyd. McGregor comes back in 2018. So he's fighting Khabib. This is one of the most anticipated sports events ever, right? And McGregor is being very cruel about like Khabib's father. He's like, your father stinks of shite. And it's like, Conor, you can't. These men will, like,
Yeah.
they will kill you.
As discussed, not meant to fuck around with.
That's right. So he's saying the most like horrid shit, but he doesn't seem himself. He's already starting to flog whiskey at the thing, and you're like, lad, you're about to fight one of the greatest this cunt fucking with his bare hands kills bears.
Right. It's a bit like, you know, when Russell Brand starts going religious before they accuse him of being a rapist.
Yes.
It's when Conor starts selling whiskey before losing a fight.
I'm going to get my block knocked off.
He has an idea where it might go. Do you know what I mean? This is very much building the dam before the floods begin.
Like, 12 whiskey. After this fight, I will have to rely on it.
Exactly.
I will not be able to sleep without this ever again.
Before I get in the ring, who likes a stout?
This is where I will be adding value from here on out.
He is about to take my soul, and I'm going to try and replace it with this proper 12.
I will never believe myself to be a spider again.
Proper 12 as well.
Proper 12.
It's
proper
so
12,
funny. Like the naming of it, and also like he's got a bar.
Yes, in Crumlin, no?
Oh no, he's the Black Forge Inn. It's in around Crumlin. Yeah, my friend lived. No, Jesus, no. Not after.
You're not safe.
No, I'm a marked man.
So what happened? I went on Mike's podcast with Vittorio, and I told the story. There's a friend of ours who it was at a Forged Irish Stout event. It was one of these events where he's promoting this fucking stout, and he sort of I was telling the story of how he apparently sort of came, like Tasmanian devil, crawls through the windows and he's there, and apparently he's got
the human embodiment of cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what he is now. He is just like if you know like in Pixar films, it's like the shy one will be a lamp that can't turn on. Do you know what I mean? It's like the cartoonification of a bit of someone's personality. It's like he is a bag of cocaine.
He is the Tasmanian devil.
McGregor, hey, water. I wouldn't mind fucking your sister, but I won't fuck your sister because I like you, you're a good man.
It's literally that. Apparently he had some there was like ring girls there, and you know, not to ape the story again, but then he sort of pointed out to his security that he'd like to spend some time in a disabled toilet with two of these women.
He'd like to get to know these women.
That's it. And on his way into the toilet,
and dreams.
On his way into the toilet, one of the security had to give him a bottle of lube. Which is like, it tells you a lot about his confidence to excite these women. It's like, give me the slippery stuff, give me the slippery stuff. And then apparently within like a couple of minutes,
they will not like it, but I will overcome.
He just bursts back out the toilet door like,
hornier than he went in. He leaves the toilet hornier than he went in. In an amazing show of virility.
Driven his spunk production into like overdrive.
It's coming out of his ears. He's like wiping it from his
King
nose.
Charles just said, "Good God, Conor! What in the..."
Dun. Oh no, Jacob Hawley's here.
Hawley down from the roof.
Another spider. Dun. I am like water. I'm going to shoot in my own boxers.
I'm passing judgment on him while I'm wanking into a pair of pants.
So this was after you told this story on Mike's podcast.
So
why did you? I can't remember what you said.
You've got theories on this, haven't you? Because obviously it was me, an Englishman, Mike, an Irishman, and
Vittorio, an autistic man. Yes.
No, he hasn't got a nationality.
A well-known artist.
He hasn't got a nationality. He's just autistic.
A famous artist.
I was going to say he's from the north of Ireland. He's just autistic.
An artist with no flag. A man from
a flag with a little computer on it.
Yes. A man from the concept of autism.
Right.
So
the Autism Republic.
Yeah. So anyway, I say in the clip, because it gets brought up, Hawley's telling this great McGregor story, and then I just said, I hate him. It was very kind of like me being like a dramatic teenager. I was like, I hate Conor McGregor. I hate that guy. He's a jerk. Like, it was real like me. So I said I hate McGregor. And anyway, so McGregor will have seen this, and like he'll have seen Hawley telling the story and everything. But McGregor's just like, that is right. I did go into the toilet.
He would have liked what I said.
That's right.
And I fucking got him while I was in there. And then I came out horny
again.
And
I left there with more sexual energy than I went in with.
He thought I was picking him up.
He was like, this Jacob Hawley is a good man. I would like to offer you a pint of stout.
Just one tin of the stout.
Jacob Hawley looks like he has no soul, just like me. The comedy industry has taken his soul.
Yeah. So anyway, so I said I hate it. So, but that's an Irish person from my nation, you know, like that has said that. So like that will have rubbed him up the wrong way, big time. So then he just came under my most recent stand-up clip at that time.
That's the funniest thing, is that he didn't comment on the reel where we were talking about him.
So
he went on Mike's page.
He was
found
letting
a
you know
different clip.
he'd located you.
That's right. He's just like, I can find you.
I can take your name. Yeah.
That's right. And then he wrote inbred and retired it. That's the quote.
And he told some lies about you as well, didn't he? He said some things that weren't true as well.
You dirty dog!
That's horrible. That's one of the worst bits of podcasting I've ever done. That's dreadful.
You filthy. What's funny is it took me a minute to get.
Yeah, I was like,
didn't land.
No.
It's gunning down one of your.
I was like, what in the God's name is Jacob up to over here? What's he trying to get at with this?
Yeah, what's he going down that alleyway for?
Doesn't work.
It dawned on me. It's like,
no, he's just being a cunt. He's just being a cunt.
Yeah.
Put him up, you fucking.
Why
bollocks.
is Jacob headed down that dead end corridor labelled "be a cunt to your mate"?
Earlier, I impersonated his wife being fucked by another man. This studio does horrible things. It's the hair transplant. They put some nastiness in.
We're going to have to get to the truly dreadfully unsavoury part of his. But later. But
just very quickly on the inbred, and so he called me inbred and retarded, which is obviously a great feather in my cap. Coming from him, it's on the tour poster.
Yeah, it's class.
It's a wonderful little promotional tool. At the same time, when he first commented under my thing, I was struck with intense fear.
Oh, of course.
Because I was like, this guy is pretty renowned psychopath.
Yeah.
He has punched old men in the face. He had a sexual assault trial. I mean, the man is not kind of shackled by any kind of morals or decency.
50,000 cokeheads in Dublin on the payroll. Yeah.
He's got all his little babies, his little crumlet. You'll fucking get Mike Rice.
And is it difficult to find Mike Rice, or are there websites that tell you exactly where Mike's going to be every night of the year?
Right. So I'm like, and I had a show coming up in Dublin, and I thought literally, you're going to have the cast of like an Irish gangster film. Just, you thought you could get away with it. Did you, Mike? You thought you were going to get away with it. Fucking no chance. Boo. Like, I thought they were going to like heckle and ruin. So I was like, immediately I was filled with this kind of like fear, because I was like, this guy's capable of anything. He's also got 250 million. So I'm like, he could just have me killed. He has the money to snuff me out. No problem. Make it look like a fucking... Dear Mike hung himself in a Wetherspoons. Whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mike hung himself on the set of the Scream Rock podcast. But like he don't, like you say, he's not shackled. Yeah. There's that. I think I've spoken about it on here before. That there's this American writer that's got this thing called the Tyson Zone, where it's like you basically believe anything that anyone tells you about Mike Tyson, right?
That's right.
And McGregor has that now, probably like more. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, he's in Dubai and he's flying a plane, or whilst doing cocaine off a woman. Like you would believe anything about it.
That's right.
And if it was like, a year from now, it's like Conor McGregor's trial for the killing of Mike Rice started today. Like you,
when he get away with it as well, because the way the American justice system works is like he would somehow get away with it. Like,
do you think 12 of your countrymen would convict him, even if it was like he was banged to rights? They'd be like, don't worry about it.
I think what would happen is people would be like, everyone would believe it. So you believe if he punted Peter Dinklage into a volcano, you'd be like, I bet he did that. Do you know what I mean? Poor old Dinklage.
Poor old Dinklage. Just trying to go about his day.
In full Tyrion Lannister garb.
Just trying to ride an horse around. Poor old Peter.
But so what would happen is, I'd be there, we'd be on trial. Or, well, I wouldn't. It'd be my dead body, I guess. But
we'll bring you into the courtroom, yeah.
Right, but there'd be irrefutable evidence, and then someone would just play that clip of just like, I apologise for absolutely nothing, and the jurors would just say, I mean, this guy is bloody innocent.
Yeah. The jurors look like you've copy and pasted them. They're all big-headed lads from Crumlin with white dust around their nose.
That's right.
Well, talk about the white. Can we just quickly watch? And we're talking about him being the physical embodiment of cocaine. Yeah. This clip for me, I don't really do stuff like that anymore. But when I saw this,
he told a story on this podcast about staying up for 3 days at a stag do recently.
I literally talked to him 3 weeks ago where he was telling me, oh, mate, I didn't sleep. Oh, fuck, just yapping.
Yeah. He found one of his mates walking around a roundabout like a car. Yeah. But go on, you don't do this anymore.
I love his house sincerely. I don't really do this stuff myself anymore.
Absolute bullshit.
Wearing his tight end tracksuit bottoms. His little Literally,
It's good to have.
he knows in his diary right now when he's doing it next.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, he might be on it now. It's good to have someone here. It feels like usually he would gaslight me into that. No,
Oh, yeah.
I don't really do drugs anymore.
I hate the impression. I hate the impression.
Watch
You
her,
both
Jacob
do-
Wall here.
He does that impression.
Don't do any gear.
I was speaking to him
Nah.
yesterday. I was going to see my nan.
Yeah.
And all I said, I was like, I'm taking my son to see my nan. And she fucking mugged me off with that. He's like, I'm off to see my nan.
No, he goes, I'm taking my boy to
My
see
boy,
my
my
nan.
boy, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, my nan.
Yeah, like he's fucking Ray Winston.
my
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. I don't
Like-
really do that anymore.
I think he's fucking Tommy Hatcher. So you killed my boy.
I got my boy.
What is he talking about? Boy to see my... And you know as he's saying it, he's loving this sentence. I'm taking my boy
Got a
to
vest
see
on.
my nan.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like he'll come out with something, he's just like, yeah, he's like, I'll pay for all of it.
Oh, I knew you could have said.
He loves it. He's like, yeah, I'll pay for all of it. I'll tell her, put your card away. Your money's no good here, love. I'm looking after our boy. And then I'm going to bring him to see our nan.
You're going to have to get some proper 12 after this.
Yeah.
Mike's just taking your soul. I've got to take my boy to see my
I
dad.
tried to land one on him. Oh, we told some lies about you as well, did
Just fucking, hey, what you fucking... Yeah, I'll pay for all the bills. She don't put her hand in her pocket.
I said one thing to him once.
She has to blow the dust off her purse.
I was paying for the bills in our house so that Alana could work less. He just fucking killed me for it. From
Well, because it was just, you're clearly so happy.
We were talking about our lives. It felt all right. I wasn't showing off.
She don't pay for nothing, my
You
girl.
seen his kettle, Mike?
Yeah.
See that kettle? I pay for that and I'll pay for my wife's
That's
bills and
right.
all.
My nan hasn't paid for Weetabix in 5 years.
My nan don't make a cup of tea when I'm around there.
I hate my nan. Oh, fuck.
Should we quickly?
Yeah,
oh,
this is
good fun.
This is the before we get into the politics, and we're gonna have to get
Yes.
into the politics.
Oh,
Sadly.
we will, yeah.
This is the middle arc of the kind of cocaine era McGregor. This is him sat at a boxing match with Cristiano Ronaldo and I think a sheikh from Dubai. For those of you watching, he's explaining to Cristiano what's going on. I think.
Cristiano is fucking terrified. He's so close to his face.
Cristiano looks like a waxwork, to be fair.
He's gorgeous.
This is the beginning of the big head phase as well, isn't it?
Yes.
The spunk is rising. The spunk is rising through his
Is this
body.
a Joshua
The
fight?
dark spunk rising.
The dark,
The dark spunk.
the spunk, it rises. He looks like he's
I was
beginning to get...
born in the spunk. Moulded by it.
I think that's pretty much a lot more of the same when it
Yeah.
goes through there.
So what's amazing with the Ronaldo clip is you've seen people who have tasted the sweet nectar of kind of like godlike status and success, and just one that has chosen the light and one that has chosen to
Yeah,
go
that's a very
go
good point.
into the gutter.
Yeah.
One who has chosen, I will enter the gutter.
Yeah, he's gone
But-
spelunking in the gutter, yeah.
One of
He's
them.
taking a parachute down the gutter.
Like Ronaldo, he does like 2 hours of yoga every morning.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
drinks like 9 litres of water a day. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like there is no human on this planet. Like 40-year-old men shouldn't look like that. There is
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
human
Like-
on this planet who dedicates themselves to what they love in the way Ronaldo does. And yet at the same time, you could say exactly the same thing about McGregor. No man should look like that. No man has ever dedicated themselves to cocaine the way he is dedicated to it.
What's so funny there is you can see Ronaldo, and I know for a split second he's like, is that Wayne Rooney? Like he thought, like, for a second.
Is that Spider?
Is that Wazza?
Yeah.
Because
When?
he has coked himself into being a good-looking man. He's coked himself into looking like Rooney.
Yeah.
He really has.
It's a mixture of like Rooney and Prince Harry, I think. There's a bit of
Right.
Prince Harry in him as
There's
well.
a bit of Harry.
I mean, the look of him in the next clip we're about to watch. I mean, because
Right.
this is the scary thing now, and
Yeah.
we've sort of spoken about this with a few people recently. Of like, I don't get why, and I do. I think I do. It's Messiah syndrome. It's he thinks he's Christ, but you
Well,
always
that'll be
ask
the
yourself-
cocaine as
but-
well,
It's
yeah.
the cocaine, but you wonder with people like this. It's like, why is he now
yes.
going to politics right?
After
'Cause
being
this is
convicted of sexual assault in like not criminal but in
Well, civil
in
case.
civil
he lost
case.
that civil
Yeah,
case.
right.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
I don't understand that.
This is the truly mad thing, right? Of like nothing can get you out of the game.
right.
Like everyone knows he's on cocaine all of the time.
Yeah.
He just lost a civil case for sexual assault.
Yes.
And that's the moment where he's like, I think I might go into politics.
and there's a lot of people who are like, I would like Conor to represent me, and I would like him to take care of the water charges and the potholes in the road.
This is it.
Is it
This
like-
is it.
Because that's what a politician does.
Yeah.
He doesn't realise what you have to do.
We've been talking about
He
that,
thinks
yeah.
he's going to be on a hill like Braveheart.
Yeah.
He thinks he's leading them across a battlefield. It's like,
Yeah.
follow me. It's like, no. You have to fix the potholes.
Yeah.
You have to work out when the bins get taken.
100%.
You have to look into. Someone's
Yeah.
going to have to explain to him what the economy is.
Yes.
But also, and which is wonderful, and some people in the UK won't realise, he wants to become the president of Ireland. Now,
Is this a genuine thing?
Yes, yeah. I want to lead this country. He doesn't realise that the president of Ireland is not the prime minister. Like
No,
here,
it's
the president of Ireland is like this kind of like honorary ambassador
Figurehead.
role who just kind of like opens a new clothes shop in County Leitrim and like goes around and kind of waves at people. Like currently,
And that's the
it's-
nice little fellow with the big dog.
It's the beautiful little
Yeah.
kind of Gringotts gnome that we have of a president. Just this tiny little lad who says poetry, and he says, and he's very for the Palestinians, and he'll read a poem he wrote about them now, and his little tin whistle, doodle-doo, and
But he's not actually doing any legislation or anything.
no,
like that.
no, absolutely nothing. He's just kind of wandering around, kind of eating shepherd's pies and going, "Oh, how are you doing?" And so McGregor doesn't realise if he became president, he'd have to judge a fucking Irish dancing competition on the Aran Islands, like in the middle of November.
We can't let him go to an Irish dancing
can't
competition
we
in the
can't
Irish.
near those lovely girls.
Those Sineads and
Not
those
near those
Colleens. We
girls,
can't
not
let him
near
do
The
those
way
it.
they
girls.
move, it enchants me. The movement of these beautiful ladies. I would.
Oh man, I'm sweating. That's so funny. They're
like
like water.
Yeah, they are moving like water, and I like Jesus walking on top of the water. I don't know why I'm doing Trump hands for him.
Yeah.
as well.
He's
That's what
getting
he was.
like
That's
that.
what he was. I think that's what's happened. I think he's seen Trump.
Yes.
I think this is the thing with a lot of like public figures now.
Yeah.
They've gone. Well,
If he
Trump,
can do it.
well, Trump can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He went from. I don't know. He was kind of on The Apprentice, and then he was online a bit,
Grabbing
and
by
he's
the
got some
pussy.
hotels,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now
Yeah.
he's the leader of the free world. And,
Right, right.
and I think that's what we were saying about. Do you know who Ant Middleton is? Do you know that guy, the celebrity SAS
No.
guy? He's just some fucking ex-soldier was doing a show about being like doing celebrity SAS, getting fucking John Fashanu to crawl through the mud for an hour and then talk about his dead brother. Now he's like, I want to be the mayor of London, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
I think Mike's right. It's like we said about Ahmed Yaqub, that solicitor from Birmingham. I think he thought he was going to be the king of Birmingham.
Yes.
He's running to be the mayor of Birmingham, but
Yeah.
he thinks he's just going to get to order people around.
McGregor thinks he gets to be the clever king of Ireland
Yeah.
and wear a crown.
Someone will bring him a sword. He'll have a big sword, that kind of thing.
yeah.
No, he genuinely talks in ways of like these kind of like old. He's just like the great kings of the past,
Yeah.
like Brian Boru. I will rule this land benevolently, and he loved that he knows benevolent.
Yeah.
benevolently
Yeah.
for my people. Like so, he in his mind thinks he's going to have a staff be on the top of a hill. Two girls are blowing him at the front.
Yeah.
Another 3 Irish dancers are eating his ass, and he's he's just like chucking air law.
Yeah.
A fountain of forged Irish stout
Yeah.
behind him.
A
Driving
waterfall in the background.
Yeah.
A forged Irish stout.
driving loads of snakes going into the sea in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he did. But he's going to be handing out hurling medals in Offaly, like in a cold winter's morning, furious. Like that's what it's going to be.
I almost want him to get the job.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like,
this is what I wanted to ask you. You're obviously you're Irish. You said you're back and forth to Ireland a lot. You're in touch with the
That's
Irish
right.
people.
Yes, I am. In fact, I should run for president.
Yeah, I was gonna
that's
say.
that's where I'm going. But,
Yeah.
but do you think he could win? Like,
No.
do you think it could happen?
Absolutely
No.
not. They won't even. I believe you have to get a certain amount of people to agree for you to be able to run
On the
and
ballot.
there's just absolutely.
What scared me?
Yeah.
I think it was last winter. There were riots in Dublin.
Yeah.
Do you remember, was that last winter?
I think it was. I can't remember the exact
And he was calling it on.
time. About a year and a half ago, maybe.
He was calling it
Oh,
on for
yeah.
America.
Oh yeah. He was.
And that was fucking.
He was
sick.
by the pool in Las Vegas, just being like, "We must fight." As another little like tray comes out.
Yeah.
We must fight our oppressors. We must.
This is it. Well,
But
it-
he's got a
it-
full right wing. Like he's kind of like
Well, this is
extremist
it.
right
It-
wing.
It was anti-immigrant sentiment.
Right.
But what was funny is he was like, there are people coming into our country doing things they shouldn't do,
Yeah.
whilst he's in another country doing
Doing drugs.
cocaine.
Yeah. It's crazy. He is a proven criminal, like on tape, assaulting
Yeah,
old men,
yeah.
throwing things off buses. he's a clearly like antisocial delinquent.
Yeah.
They are coming into our country, but they are not living by the rules, Tucker. They are not living by the rules.
And at the time, he couldn't enter the country because he was being tried for sex charges.
Yeah, that's 100%. And then Tucker Carlson's there. Wow. And he's like, well, we didn't know that. That's amazing. They don't tell us that in America.
Yeah, this is the other. So we've got a clip of him on Tucker. Do you want to watch that now?
I mean, this is one. I hope this is him talking about the Irish traffic police.
Yes, this is it. Yeah, so this is he's on Tucker Carlson, and Tucker is such a moron. He's just taking everything he says to be verbatim true. Yeah. And he talks about the Irish traffic police.
Another thing, the traffic corps on Garda Síochána is one of the most successful divisions in the Gardaí, in the police force, in our police force, for convictions, and it is the most successful, and it has caused untold stress onto the people of Ireland. I wonder the amount of suicides and the amount of lives lost and families destroyed over the stress of the traffic corps institution with you get caught driving without tax or no NCT, or it's all a money racket.
So just for not foreigners watching this, you're talking about parking and minor traffic violations.
Yeah, put through the ringer. And now in this day and age, which is why it's so infuriating, and we'll keep calm with it. But it's why people in Ireland are waking up, because everyone has felt it in some way, shape, or form. The stress of having to make sure that you're above board on this money racket is what it is.
So it's not to keep you safe; it's to steal money from you.
Not to keep you safe, but on this day and age now,
the thickest man alive.
Our new visitors to the island, who get fully exempt from driving without tax, insurance, NCT, and even on Irish reg plates, free as a bird, right through. After our nation
immigrants
has gone through the most stressful periods of our
massive
life, lives have been lost due to the stress caused of this branch in Garda Síochána.
Okay, let's just pause it here. There's so many great things going on here. First off, it is funny because this does speak to the people of Ireland, because people of Ireland hate authority. So like, we do actually hate people putting parking tickets on their tickets. Right. That's not right. What they did to Jim Devan wasn't right, and it drove him to that. I was like, what happened to Jim Devan? He got a parking ticket last Friday, and he was dead by Sunday. He couldn't take it.
He died of a broken heart.
Like, it's this mad thing. So in a way, he's kind of pandering to a crowd. But also, what's so funny about this is, like, first off, you have to have speed cameras. You have to stop people
vehicle
speeding.
Tax. You have to have vehicle tax.
You have to have the tax, and you have to be insured.
Yeah.
This is every single country. He's acting like the Irish Gardaí, who are the Irish police, are this renegade bunch of kind of like the Stasi or something, like coming around and just tyrannizing the Irish people. They're just saying, don't do 120 in a 50-mile zone.
You know, there was that thing in, I think it was in Baltimore, where there was like a rogue bunch of like drug cops that were going around like planting coke on people, right? Then arresting them, taking all their money and stuff. They were like this criminal. They weren't going around going, "Have you got tax on that vehicle? Do you mind just popping your tax disc on there?" Do you know what I mean? Like, and what it really has on top of that,
I'll just kill myself then, shall I?
What it really has is, like, you know, sometimes when your mates will say something like, well, obviously we're all affected by this and we're all stressed out by this, but it's something very specific to them that they're dealing with. He's clearly someone that likes to drive without insurance or tax.
What the greatest thing about this clip, where he's just like, lives are being lost. People are waking up, the stress of it is unbearable. And I Googled it. He got put off the road in Ireland for dangerous driving.
Of course he did.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is just a personal grievance as to why him, the King of Ireland, can't just drive down the street at 200 miles an hour.
And it's like a very like nannish thing to be annoyed about, isn't it?
It's so petty.
It's so petty.
But this is it's the funny thing about men like him, and it, like Trump does it, like Tate does it. You get so hench and so obsessed with being masculine that eventually
you do the campest thing ever.
You become a bit camp and catty. You become a bit camp and sort of like petty and catty, and you know what they do? Yes, they tax my car.
You get caught without tax, and they will punish you. And your man is obviously just like, well, yeah. I mean, because that's like every country in the world. But your man, because Tucker is like, I mean, he is a worm. Like, he just agrees with anyone who's kind of like pushing his agenda. He 100%. Just like, he could literally be talking like a guy on the street. like just he was just like drunk. He just said, "There's too many black people." And then Tucker go, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah.
Because the mainstream media don't want us to know this.
Yeah.
You know, so
He will uncritically agree with something
Yeah.
as long as they're
People
on his
from the
page.
moon are coming to this world, and they are creating a vortex. It's like, wow.
Well, that's interesting because the main news sources, they don't want us to talk about this.
And you're right. He what McGregor has to do about halfway through is he realizes that being asked to tax your car or like a speed limit isn't getting it done with Tucker.
That's right.
So then he has to go, and of course the immigrants, they don't have to drive to the speed limit. And then Tucker's like, wow, okay,
and now
that's more,
and now Tucker's like, interesting, right?
Give me more.
More on that. That I like. That's very interesting. But then we talk down like this. And now we're up like that.
Yeah.
Because we worked in news a long time. So we go up and down. But so, his whole thing there is just like the immigrants, they have no tax insurance. They are driving at 300 miles an hour. And through schools. And they are applauded. They are encouraged. It's like, what are you talking about?
I do almost respect that level of turbo liar.
Yeah.
When they get on a roll and
That's
then
right.
they find a theme and they just, you could, like, we've talked about like the Peterson jazz kind of like, where's that? That's in the air. Is that on a theme? You're like, yeah, the Gardaí, they're lining up. They're giving them parades. And it's just like, what are you talking about, man?
Because the guard is going to be like, yeah, you nearly killed a load of children. Oh, you're from Pakistan. Go on ahead, brother. I'm sorry I stopped you, brother.
Sorry for stopping.
I've got hard working.
Godspeed, my wayward
Out the
friend.
way. The Pakistani man wants to run over more children.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
him do it.
Yeah.
Let him line your children up for him so he doesn't have to do them one by one.
Oh, don't worry about the tax either. Don't worry about the tax when you're
Let him
murdering
park
kids.
on
Could
the
I give you some
kids.
money out of my wallet? Would that would that be something you'd like as well? So McGregor. So here's the thing. So here he's talking about parking. His whole thing, his kind of platform, is this kind of right wing populist thing,
Anti-immigrant.
It seems to be kind of like aped upon the kind of the just a Trump rhetoric, basically. But also, like, I think with McGregor, the thing is, he's on a come down all the time. So
If he's awake, he's on a come down.
he's on a come down or hungover all the time. So there's not one moment of the day where that man is in peace.
No.
Like, he is,
And he does what's so funny. He does everyone I like know who's like a bad gearhead and who's getting on it a lot and having big come downs. He does exactly.
traffic police.
Well, he does exactly what they do, which is what he'll do. And I'm fucking guilty of this as well. If you watch my Instagram stories, you can tell when I've had a big one because he'll go so quickly from shirt off on a yacht, yeah, baby, yeah, and then within 24 hours, photos of his kids on his Instagram. Stories, I love my family so much.
I would do anything for my children.
I love my wife so much.
Dana!
crying for a fucking from like the floor of a brothel somewhere like I love my fucking kids
And
so
then you
much.
see some kind of scantily clad fucking Eastern European woman coming in the background, just throwing on these shoots, or just I love my family. I do not
strikes.
just put.
Mr. McGregor. I love my children.
And like you say, there's not a minute that the demons in his head aren't rabbiting away.
No,
and
fuck,
that's like so I think he's just waking up. He's just fucking, like just fucking, just every second. So like he's kind of waking up and he's just, the fucking immigrants. They're fucking, they are everywhere. We must
punching his own.
We must stop them. We must get them out of this island. They can leave the cocaine that they have brought. But I want them.
The Albanian fellas can stay.
The Albanians, I think, are doing a lot of great work in the community. So I think he's just hungover all the time. And so everything seems terrible. He's like, we are losing our country. No, you're just haven't had any natural dopamine in about 7 years.
Yeah.
Right?
You're a man who struggles with a hangover.
Brother.
You're a man who a few nights on the pints for you. He goes anti-immigrant. I'm joking. Imagine that.
The wheels have come off. The wheels come off. I have no fortitude for a hangover.
No,
some people have that thing of just like, get on with it. We're on to another one. Just fuck it. Yeah, feel bad, but get my fry in and I'm just like, I'm in a corner. It's fucking the cranberry zombie. and their tanks and their guns. You know, I'm just shaking.
Curtains closed.
It's in my head. In my head. You know, I'm
4 pints of beer
Yeah.
after a gig.
What's Mike listening to?
No, and I have no way. I'm just because I think I'm very sensitive to, like, so sensitive to drugs and alcohol. Like, I go so up, and then I
Right.
just fucking. I'm like,
I
eh.
know, but I've drank with you a few times. You're not like mad on booze.
No,
Like, you're
no.
not. He's not McGregor. Do you know what I mean? He's not
Right.
sort of spidering around.
Great, that's a
Yeah.
pretty low bar.
Sex offender, fucking rapist.
Oh, thank
Never
God.
seen it. No, but you're not like crawling around the ceiling, fucking. Do you know what I mean? You're
No,
fairly.
but I'm buzzing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just very like, I get very like, you know, I love like drugs and booze. I'm just like, they're fucking great, but the price I pay is unbelievable. Like, I've recently had to go to a hypnotherapist. Is my new thing. Moki.
What?
He's in a shed in East London.
What's he trying to sort you out for? Just
the anxiety, like the
can't
anxiety.
stop singing "Zombie" by the
I
Cranberries.
just can't. And their tanks and their guns. You know,
It's a real buzzkill at a party. So do you? So you've got the hypnotherapist as the like remedial thing. Do you have the moment? I have the moment now where I'm 4 pints in and I'm loving it, and
Yeah.
I think to myself, no, we have to stop now because
Right.
I can't feel awful tomorrow morning. I can't face that. Do you know what I mean? That like breaking the short circuiting in the moment of like, I don't want that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful when you can get there. And if you're kind of consciously on the pint, you're like, I'll have 3 or 4 and we'll fucking go on. But then if you're in a situation where it's like, our whiskey's been pulling the day. Next thing someone's like, I have a number for the band. Oh, happiness could be prolonged for some time yet, brothers.
Yeah.
And I could tell you all my ideas. So,
Yeah.
and then I take out my little list of ideas in my phone. I'm going to tell you all of these tonight.
There's
Jacob.
not enough
Yeah.
cigarettes in London. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
all the books I want to write, the
Yeah.
albums I could record, the,
Yeah.
the businesses I could start.
Yeah. And then I'll start telling you about your positive attributes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You've always been there for me. You've all, you know, they're just
Your wife doesn't pay for a thing. She doesn't pay for a fucking
Yeah,
thing.
That's right. Yeah. It's just she don't put her hand in her pocket. I bring her around to my nan.
Your boy's unbelievably
my
polite.
nan. And then I look at my boy and I say, that's your nan. And then I pay for everything.
I pay for
And
fucking
I
everything.
pay for everything. And I'll say, boy,
I provide.
I'll provide.
I provide.
For you, boy.
How am I getting roasted harder than fucking McGregor? Bring him to the fucking Spotify studio and he does this to me. Might as well get some fucking clips of me up. Should we get some clips of me up? Go on, Jacob Morley.
this is Jacob-
Go on,
this is
Jacob
Jacob-
Morley on YouTube. Go on, why not? Let's fucking kill me for an hour. Let's do another hour. Let's fucking go on. We've got some shit stand-up clips. Let's get the Russell Howard hour up. Let's spot the moment where I thought I was having a bad set.
I would love if there was a Holly on Tucker Carlson. Wow.
Wow.
Your boy.
Your boy.
Your boy. And then you went to your nan.
So your nan's an evil bitch,
And
right?
your wife, she lets you pay for everything, right? This is
Wow.
this is what they're telling me.
That's
that
amazing.
You're paying
That's
for everything.
Gender
now.
roles.
And this is how it should be, no?
I think
listen.
we've had a good time.
No
Brothers.
stone's been left unturned
No
here.
stone.
Brother, we've had our fun. Listen, I shouldn't have had a go at the king on here.
Listen, I started.
Listen,
I went first.
you did a dirty turn. You
went down Dirt Boy Alley.
You went down Dirt Boy Alley, and I just happened to have a few arrows in
He
my
was
little,
ready.
and I was ready, bro.
Mike does an amazing podcast
Yes.
with Vittorio. It's honestly so funny.
Mike
I
Vittorio's
really
Guide to
enjoy
Parenting.
it. Mike and Vittorio's Guide to Parenting. Mike's on tour. He's one of the best stand-ups
Brother.
that I know. He's fucking brilliant. Where I mean, you're
Brothers.
everywhere. You're doing Shepherd's Bush Empire in London.
Shepherd's Bush Empire in Dublin, no, in London. Vicar Street in Dublin. I'm
Yeah.
in Belfast. I'm all over the UK, Manchester, Newcastle,
Big room in
Liverpool.
Glasgow.
Massive room in Glasgow. Let me tell you, we need some help with the Glasgow
we,
room.
Listen, we got boys,
We got
in
boys in
Glasgow.
Glasgow, don't worry about that.
we got
Lads.
good men in Glasgow.
We've got great guys.
Some fantastic guys in Glasgow.
We've got their
yeah.
wonderful little guys. They've got
go see Mike.
They've-
You'll have a great.
not many teeth, but they've got a lot of ideas.
That's why you got no people in Glasgow. You keep saying they got no teeth.
No. I loved people. I shot my special in Glasgow.
When does the
fucking-
tour start?
In November, and I'm coming all over Leeds, everywhere. I don't know why Leeds was as if that was some
Leeds.
far-flung place. But MikeRiceComedy.com, all my tickets are available there. Come by, it'll be fucking nice.
Nice one. Yeah, go see Mike. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Up the Rotters.
Up the road.
Brothers, rudders.